Pack it up! You're going into liquidation! You want that sound good here? Are you? You don't look like it. I did it for freedom of speech. I did it for Tommy. I did it for Donald Trump. The majority loves Trump. But according to the BBC, it's the minority. Only one opinion's allowed to go mainstream. It's disgusting.
Hello, people. Hello, my little cherubs. All the patriots out there. The best the country has to offer. This video will have more structure to it, hopefully, than the last one. Got a clearer couple of things I want to actually touch on today. I hope you like my intro as well. Very professional, I thought. It took me a long time to learn all that bloody editing stuff, but yeah, that's going to be the intro to my videos that I'm going to keep putting out there. I could have made it really long as well. You know, when you're making it, like, oh yeah, that bit, and you think, oh fucking hell, I'm making a bloody film here. It's only meant to be an intro, so I've had to shorten it down. I hope it wasn't too long. Well, it's not too long, because it's 51 seconds long, and you know, I'll babble on for ages for half an hour about stuff. But I'm going to try and sort of like squeeze it all in. First things first. R.I.P. Lee Rigby. In fact, I'm going to say it. Rest in peace, Lee Rigby. I don't really like saying R.I.P. I hate bloody shortening things, especially when they're important. Rest in peace, Lee Rigby. You will be remembered, mate. You will be remembered. We'll make sure of that. We will never forget. This country will never forget. You know, Stephen Lawrence, when he was murdered in 1995 or whenever it was, I can't believe it's that far back, because, you know, I said to my dad today, oh, Stephen Lawrence, oh yeah, Stephen Lawrence. And he said, everyone knows his name. It's like it happened 2 years ago, in 1995. Well, he got a plaque where he was killed. And not only that, a CCTV camera is trained on that plaque 24 hours a day, just to make sure that no far-right racist thug defaced this plaque, which, as far as I know, no one has ever even tried to. But, you know, we have to live in this constant fear of the far-right. But he gets a plaque. He gets a CCTV camera trained on this plaque for 24 hours a day. And his mum has been made inducted into the House of Lords, which I still can't believe that. I mean, God bless her. Do you know what I mean? You know, she's got a dead child. But why is she inducted into the House of Lords? It just shows the double standards. If you're black and you get killed, you get a plaque and a camera facing your thing, and your mum gets made Lord. But if you're white and you get killed, like Lee Rigby, oh no, he can't have a plaque. People go and put flowers there. No, the Labour councillors come out and they remove the flowers. Massive respect, by the way, to the lads. I'm not sure what the names are, but massive respect to the lads who put that plaque there. Was it Paul Golding? I remember watching the video, but whoever it was, you know, what an amazing thing to do. Amazing gesture. That's all we want, you see, to have a fair hand across all people. But no, he can't have a plaque. That's been removed. I mean, I'd quit my job if someone says, go and remove that plaque. Go and remove those flowers. Take that wreath off. I'd say, fuck off. I'd quit my job. But some little toe rag went out. Oh, I'll do it. £6.66 an hour. Pun intended. 6 fucking 6. So yeah. You will be remembered, mate. Second thing, gotta vote, people. Bit late to be putting that out there now, 2:15 in the morning on the day, but I've still got to say it. Gotta vote. Every vote counts. And good luck, Tommy. Good luck, Tommy Robinson. Because wow, going round all the working class towns, no one does that. No one goes round these working class towns and cities and villages. No one goes there and speaks to these people. Because no one gives a shit. Because white people don't riot and smash things up. In general, we don't do it. We're too domesticated. I wish we did do it more, because then we'd be listened to more. But we don't. People say, oh, it's going to kick off, it's going to kick off. No, it's not. When kids are being raped and our government says, oh yeah, we allowed that to happen. We knew about it, by the way. We didn't riot. So we never will. When the Manchester bomb went off, do you know what I mean? We didn't riot. So we never will. Because it doesn't get worse than that, does it? Kids being raped and kids being blown up. And we didn't riot then, so we'll never riot. Which is why we're not listened to. So yeah, like I said, wow, Tommy Robinson visiting these places, engaging with people, engaging with the working class, white working class, I have to say, because they're the people that are ignored. Shut the fuck up. You don't riot. Shut up. So yeah, I hope it converts. I hope what he's done has been converted into votes. I hope people didn't just go home, oh yeah, I got a selfie with Tommy, oh buzzing. I hope that you've had time to register yourself to vote. Because I think it's 9% of the vote he needs to get in or something like that. I don't understand it all. But yeah, good luck, Tommy. And yeah, every vote counts. And, if you can't vote, so if you're not in the Northwest, if you can't vote for Tommy, then, please go out and vote. UKIP. Yeah. What I want to talk about, I'll say quickly, but there's a lot to say about it, you see. There's a lot to say about this. And big up all the gay people, by the way. And when I say that, I'm referring to the real gay people, not anyone in the LGBT community or the LGBTQ, whatever other letters they want to add to it, community. Because real gay people, you live in our community. You live in the community. And if you want to take yourself out of that community and claim that you belong to the LGBT community, then you can suck a dick. Literally. So yeah, big up all the the gay people that don't want to shove it down their throat, down everybody's throat, their sexual choices. It's we don't need it shoving down our throat, mate. So yeah, the reason why I'm saying big up all the gay people is because I am a straight white male, and I dare talk about gay stuff. I dare talk about black issues and Muslims, and I'll talk about any subjects. But when you're a white heterosexual male, it's like, oh my, must have some sort of far right agenda here. No, not at all. Again, I'm pro a lot of stuff, not anti stuff. But anyway, what I want to talk about, which is ironic, the right word, but it's quite ironic that I'm saying, big up Tommy, respect to Tommy. And now the next sentence I'm saying is, I support the Muslims that were protesting outside the schools. Yeah, most of you have seen it. But I watched a video earlier on. I just wow. I just couldn't believe how the head teacher's attitude. Well, anyway, obviously, I just want to point out that I support them, obviously, as far as, obviously I don't support anyone who wants to chuck gays off buildings or anything like that. But I don't think that's what is stood outside these schools. I think they're concerned parents. And I don't see this as a religious issue. It's not. It's a moral issue. They're our children. Christians feel the same. Atheists feel the same. These Muslims feel the same. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I support them in their protest, because these schools, it's indoctrination, it's brainwashing, and it's all planned out. It's all planned out. Win the hearts and minds of the children. Well, just look at our students. Look what the university have turned them into. Just blithering idiots. Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. And I'll just touch on that, actually. You know, schools, what they've done, quite cleverly, it's boil the frog. Everything, by the way, is boil the frog. You know, you put a frog in boiling hot water, it jumps out. You put it in cold water and you heat it up slowly, it stays in. I just explained that for those who haven't heard that before, which is probably none of you, so it was pointless explaining that. But everything is boil the frog. That's how they phase things in. Everything's intentional, everything's slow, everything's a plan. It's 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead. Things don't happen, you know, on a whim or just, oh, let's do this. They do it slowly. It's planned. It's their socialist agenda to bring in all these labels: homophobic, Islamophobic, you know, ostracize people from society if you have a different opinion and stuff. But what the schools do, and the government, you know, they bring in, you can't hit your kids. You can't discipline your kids. So it's like, oh, right, you know, let me tell you something. Some little lads, especially, probably need a good slap. You know, otherwise they're going to grow up a right little beast. And, you know, if you slap your kid on the arse because he's just thrown a stone at a car or something, that's a good thing. That's great. I don't support beating kids up, but it's your child. And if you want to slap your kid in the middle of the street because he's just thrown a stone at a car, that's great. You shouldn't be in fear that someone's going to ring the social services on you. And again, the government take your children, because that's what they want. They want our children, which is why they, you know, this supposed feminist movement, you know, about working, getting all the women out to work. I mean, the government love it. Oh, brilliant. All the women are working now as well. It's more tax for us. But what they do, again, it's all planned. The man's wage used to be enough to support his wife and children. What more beautiful picture? You know, the man's at work, he comes home, his wife's, you know, bringing their children, won't being there for their children. Brilliant. But now, no, the wages aren't enough, so now she has to go to work, and your child is now put into nursery, into care with strangers, essentially, all day, all week. And then they've got your kids at the youngest possible age. And, you know, please remember that it did used to be 16. A woman would be entitled to child benefits until the kid reached 16 years old. So they're no longer a child. Then the woman could go to work. I mean, if you're a woman and you want to go to work and you want to put your kid in nursery, then that's your choice. You do that. It's your kid. But for all the women out there, and I know there's many, my girlfriend included, hates the fact that her child has just turned 5, ironically. It's probably why I'm talking about it. But her child has just turned 5. She's now got to get a job. He's 5. He's now got to get up at 6:30 in the morning because he's now got to go to nursery before school because she's got to get to work. So for a 5-year-old, that's a long day. He has to spend an hour and a half in a nursery before he even gets to school. So his behaviour could suffer from this, because by the time he gets to school, he's already been at nursery for an hour and a half. By near the end of the school, he might be quite tired. He's 5 years old. He's tiny. I'm against it. She's against it. It's her child. This is not my child. It's my girlfriend's child. And I hate the fact that, you know, she's been forced to get a job. And like I said, it used to be 16 years old. You know, there used to be more compassion. This plan wasn't yet active and operational. Now the plan's active. They want our kids at the earliest opportunity. So they get older, our kids. Then They teach things like it doesn't matter if you come first in a race. Doesn't matter if you come last in a race. Sports day, PE. As long as you tried. As long as you tried. Then it's doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. Doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, because you're entitled to your opinion. Now, how many times do you hear that now? That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. Even though what you're saying is completely correct and backed up with evidence, they can just hit you with, that's your opinion. So they don't have to go, well, yeah, actually, you're right. Or, well, I hadn't thought about it like that. They can just go, well, that's your opinion. You know, well, no, it's not just my opinion. I'm correct. Look. Whatever the subject may be. And again, this all ties into it. It's all these things are done together on purpose, intentionally, for a reason. For the brainwashing socialist agenda. You know, it used to, in the 90s and before, it used to mean something if you came first in a race, which by default means it means something if you're last. It used to mean something, you know, if you are correct about something. And by default, it then means something when you're wrong. Now it doesn't mean anything. If you're wrong about something, like I said, oh, that's your opinion. This is mine. It's like, well, no, you need to change your opinion because I've just proved to you that you're wrong. It's quite important. So yeah, these schools, you know, they get hold of our kids. And, you know, this school is teaching these kids that it's okay to have two mums and two dads and this sort of stuff. Which on the face of it, you might think, well, why have you got a problem with that? You know, it doesn't sound too harmful. But you have to. Now, this is a must. You have to accept the backdrop to this. What's happened before this? What's happened before this? Now, I'll tell you what's happened before this is we've all seen 6'2" trans blokes in American schools reading storybooks to children, to 4-year-olds. Massive trans blokes with bloody, you know, like drag queens, quite intimidating looking people. Massive, you know, platforms on, talking to 4-year-olds, teaching them, you know, reading them books, you know, Stephen and this sort of stuff. Which confuses our children. You know, if the schools must, you know, teach them this, then, you know, one, could you just engage with the parents and say, oh, could you? Why don't they write a letter to the parents and say, oh, could you, you know, in your spare time, just, you know, say to your kid, oh, you know, there's gay people and stuff. And, you know, they're our children. Yeah, the backdrop to this, it's very relevant. Otherwise, you just go, well, what's wrong with that? Teaching that, you know, some parents have two dads. Some parent at the school may have two dads. And, you know, you don't want him to feel that it's all weird and strange. That's why if you didn't mention it at all, these kids wouldn't even know any different. They'd never even know he's got two dads and they wouldn't even care, you know. Like I was at school and I had black mates. I didn't even see them as black. Because you don't. You're just a kid. He's just my mate. He's just Jamie. That's who he is. Jamie and Mark. You don't see them as black. You're a child. You don't see colour. You see your mate. And it's the same as if, you know, oh, his dad's picking him up. Oh, who's that? His mate? Oh, no, it's his other dad. His other dad? Yeah. You'll probably go, oh, well, such-and-such's got two dads. And then that parent could go, oh, he's got two dads, is he? Oh, yeah, it's, yeah, that's okay, son. You know, that happens. Oh, okay, bump, done. But no, the school wants to take charge with this one. And, you know, I watched a video earlier and the headmaster, Sarah Clarkson, I think her name was, I could not believe what she said because she was in part blaming like the educational board or something. She was blaming them and she says, they've allowed, the wording of it all, they've allowed parents to feel that they can have a say in what the school teaches their children. They've allowed parents to feel that they can have a say in what books are read to the kids and what books shouldn't be read to the kids. They've allowed parents to feel this way. She blames them because the boiling the frog, it was working. It was all happening under the radar. You know, the trans toilets that they just brought in during the 6 weeks holiday. They just brought it in. They don't engage with the parents. They just, 6 weeks holidays is finished, the kids go back to school and there's neutral toilets in the school. Now this is the backdrop. This is all very relevant. It's all happening at the same time, simultaneously. And now they want to, you know, justify it. Well, I'm sorry, no. The kids belong to the parents, and the parents do have a say. Jesus Christ, of course we have a say in what you teach our children. You arrogant bastard. How can the headmaster, you know, be angry at the fact that these parents, you know, dare to think that they should have any say in what this school teaches their kids? They're our kids. It's the same as politicising kids, politicising our students, especially. Not that's what I'm saying. You're not teaching these kids about politics at 4 and 5. Oh no. Well, teach them about LGBT and all that crap. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. You know, that I do support these people, because let me just explain something to you. Let me just paint a picture for you. I want to live in a truly diverse place. And when I mean truly diverse, I mean truly diverse of opinion. And what that consists of is, if you go up to someone, you know, a gay person, you say, oh, you know, do you agree with, you know, gays? Obviously the gay person will, yeah. The lesbian person, well, yeah. You go up to a straight white male, for example, and say, oh, do you agree with gay stuff? And he says, yeah, live and let live, don't bother me. And you go up to another white bloke, the white straight bloke, you say, oh, do you agree? And he says, no, I don't really like it. You know, when I saw two men kissing the other day on the bus, and I was a bit like, well, I just don't. Yeah, sorry about that. My it reached maximum recording time for some reason. It's never done that before. But yeah, just painting that picture of what I see as where the place I want to live in. Anyway, you go up to the third bloke and you say, you know, do you believe in gay? He says, no, I don't really like it, me. Saw two gay blokes on the bus the other day, a bit like, don't like looking at it, don't like it. And all those opinions are valid. That's a truly diverse place where he doesn't get a label of being homophobic. You know, if he wants to walk down the street and there's two blokes, you know, holding hands, and he wants to fucking confront them, then yeah, that's an issue. But if you're asked a question, then you're sort of obligated to answer. You've been asked a question. What do you think about it? A microphone in your face. You should be allowed to say, no, I'm against gayness. And like I said, your opinion should be valid. You know, the educational, a bloke from the educational board said when I was watching this video earlier on that, hang on, let me just put this roach in this fag. In fact, I'm just going to hold the phone in between me and Legos. Yeah, this guy on the educational board, he said that religious beliefs are protected under the Equalities Act. And I thought he was referring to these Muslims protesting. I thought to myself, well, not if you're Christian. Not if you're bloody Christian, they're not. And it made me think, I thought, what about those Christians who had a B&B and they didn't want to allow two gay men to be renting a room, you know, sleeping in the same bed, because it went against their religious beliefs. These people were hounded. Letters sent to them, do you know what I mean? gay people were targeting these sort of places, looking for people that, looking for B&Bs that are owned by Christians and booking a fucking bed just to provoke them. Now that's wrong. And like I said, how can, religious beliefs be protected under the Equalities Act when you're talking about Muslims, but when it's Christians, oh no, fuck them, fucking horrible bigoted bastards. That's not a diverse place. It's not diverse of opinion. It should be like, no, they're Christians, they're against it. Oh, they're Christians, but they allow it. See, everyone's an individual. These ones are Christians, they own B&B, but they don't mind. Because not every Christian's the same, The Bible can be interpreted in different ways. Thou shalt not share another man's bed. That could mean don't sleep with another man's wife, because it's another man's bed. But some interpret that as you shall not sleep with another man. It's, each to their own. Now that is where I want to live. That's the place I want to live. A truly diverse place without labels, you see? It's very important. What do you think about Islam? Oh no, I don't like Islam because of this. And no one says you're Islamophobic. It's just your opinion is valid as an individual opinion. It's different to theirs. It's different from hers. It's different to his. Because it's your opinion. And you should be able to say, oh yeah, I'm against Islam. And it should be greeted with, oh, why? And unless you actually say, oh, I want to kill them all. Then yeah, you've stepped over a mark. I mean, but if you can clearly say why, you should not be called Islamophobic. If you don't like gayness, if you don't want your children to be taught about gay and lesbian when, your child's 5, you might be anxious and worried that it could change them gay or lesbian. Or even worse, it could, confuse them into thinking they're gay and lesbian when they're not. Which I'd say is worse. And a transgender bloke the other day was actually saying, and he's a transgender, I'm just a fucking white man, you don't got to listen to me, but he's a transgender, and he realised after transitioning when he was a child, I think, he's pretty fucking young, when he got older, he realised that he's not a woman, he's just a gay man, and then he transitioned back. What a horrible route that our doctors, he's American, these American doctors and psychologists and socialist teachers and organisations have just got into this man's life and gave him medication as a child. So he then changed into a woman only to realise, oh, actually I'm just a gay man. Anyway, I'm just looking at this time. It's going to stop this in a couple of seconds, so I'm just going to leave it there, people. There was a few more subjects I was going to touch on, but I've ranted on about that for a bit. 10 seconds left, so big up yourself, big up all the real gays, not those in the LGBT community. They can suck a dick, like I said.